grandma used to tell me that when it rained. She'd say, "Why are you running? You're running like it's got soap in it." Thank you all for being here. We have a great show for you today, and I know you know who it's going to be. Beth, especially Beth. I know Beth knows. And then Teresa knows, and Merle knows. But we do have a great show here. I know every week I ask of those how many people have cell phones when I get all. Please put it on silent. But before you do, share and like us, because my producer, my brother in Christ, and my partner, business partner, Gabe Medina, says those two words are important. We got a great show for you today, and thank you again for being here, and thank all of you for reminding us that it's God first, and the next thing is coming up with Charlie and Frank. Oh my God, we're in trouble. So we'll be right back.
Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac, Terrell, Texas. Title sponsor for Friendly Live on Friendly News. Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
And we are live from the stage of the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It's Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet and Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and our own Henley Auto Supply right here in Greenville, Texas. Folks, I tell you what, I just thank you so much for being here live in downtown Greenville, Texas. What a fun time it is, and thank you, that streaming audience. We love you, we love you. And today's show is one that I've been really looking forward to, and I know you have. And so I'm not going to be talking a lot today because it's very, very sharp music, and it comes from two of our good friends. Put your hands together for Alias Charlie Smith, Clancy Frank Prigmore. All right. Thank you, guys. You know what, we talked about it before off camera, but thank y'all so much for being here. And when you come, you bring your stories, and you bring it the music that tells it. So thank you so much again, Charlie and Frank. Or Clancy. All right, Clancy.
Yeah, Frank,
Clancy.
it didn't matter.
All
Just
right.
call me whatever. Just call me dinner table.
Something will come out here. Some of these stories are actually true. They're based on real people and real things that happened, and some of them are not. This one happens to be 2/22/22 today. On 11/11 of 11. I debuted doing what I do nowadays. Been playing a lot longer than that, but down here 2 doors down at the Blue Armadillo, and my friend Friendlee was the guy that gave me my chance to get started with all this. Anyway, this is about that place and some people that were down there with us. There was a corner spot in old G-Town where we went some Friday nights. Just half a block, more or less, from the Texans' neon lights. Where friends of friends and new old friends sat and passed the time in a laid-back Texas atmosphere, drinking Blue Armadillo wine. Gathered on that old front porch 'cause you could not smoke inside. Solving all life's problems, swapping an occasional lie. Friendly conversation, smoking stogies and cigarettes. How about them Dallas Cowboys? I'll take you on that bet. they're friends of mine. Sit and watch the world go by, drinking blue armadillo wine. Porch people, salt of the earth, good old guys and gals, sometimes a piece of work. Outhouse philosophers from all walks of life, salesmen, clerks, techno geeks, husbands and wives, secretaries, wannabe guitar pickers, chairs all in a row. Keep it in your boot, said Friendly. Would you like one more, said Joe. Porch people, friends of mine, guardians of Lee Street, drank blue armadillo wine. Porch people, it's a fact. When you sing at the Blue Armadillo, son, they always have you back. Porch people, friends of mine, sit and watch the world go by, drinking blue armadillo wine. Porch people, friends of mine, and if you got friends like these, my friends, you don't need the rest. Aha!
That is one of the most appreciated songs that's ever been played on friendlyradio.com. I tell you, this man entertained during that time, and he's still doing it. And that was a great tribute to me, Charlie. And I'll always be grateful for that and the friendship that we created there at the BAW, and those people out there that are still friends today because of that. And it's, you know what, it was God's blessing for me to do what I did, to bring the community together a little bit further, closer together with individuals like this. And I'm going to shut up and put your hands together for Charlie and Clancy.
Thank y'all. And one of those people just walked in and sat down in the front row, one of the porch people. Also someone that's helped me out a lot, Mary Botts. This is one I hadn't played out a whole lot. It's called St. John's Bones. Firstborn son of Adam, the one they call Cain, cursed, no good in me, a harbinger of pain. Spill the blood of my brother, that's how the story goes. Consumed by rage and jealousy, no good reason, I suppose. Evil old as time itself lurks in every heart. We try to keep it buried there. When we don't, the problems start. One of the many deadly sins, and the battle rages on. Say a prayer for a worthless sinner. Say a prayer over St. John's bones. Moses climbed the mountain, and God laid down the law, carved on 2 stone tablets, disobeyed by the humans flawed. The wrath of fire and brimstone waits in eternal hell. Thou shalt not kill, but I did anyway, just couldn't help myself. Lust and greed and jealousy, they're all about the same. The path straight as an arrow, we keep serving in our lane. One day the fight'll be over and the battle will be won. Say a prayer for a worthless sinner. Say a prayer over St. John's bone. flame burns on eternal. For this life we all live, watch over by a patient God, on that we can depend. We stumble, fail him daily, just like he knew we would. Fooled by a fallen angel, it's evil versus good. Some will fall by the wayside or swing by the gallows rope. We'll get by the skin of our teeth, holding out for hope. Someday the war will be won, the battle's won. Say a prayer for a worthless sinner. Say a prayer over St. John's bone. Say a prayer for our wicked, wretched souls. Say a prayer over St. John's bone.
All right. I guess we are to take this opportunity to do it, right? Producer, Mr. Producer, yes. And what we do at this time, you guys are, you know the drill. We have to do this. We have to do this because by doing this, and that's called a commercial break on Friendly Live here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. Y'all come back with us. And by the way, if you are local, please shop local. But come back here at the Texan Theater for Friendly Live in downtown Greenville, Texas for Charlie and Clancy.
Every truck and SUV is on sale at Platinum Chevrolet.
New 2021 Silverados start at only $37,999, or choose from new 2021 Trailblazers and buy for under $20,000.
Don't miss Truck Month at Platinum Chevrolet.
The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
Need a part for the right price? Look for that red and blue sign. Henley Auto Supply at 1510 Stonewall. Over 800,000 CarQuest parts to choose from. Domestic, European, and Asian parts. Henley Auto Supply at 903-455-1969. 455-1969. Henley Auto Supply has the right part to keep your vehicle running, and backed by the best hometown service. Henley Auto Supply. Great people, great products, great prices. Henley Auto Supply and CarQuest.
And we are live from the stage of the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It is Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply right here in Greenville, Texas. Those two plus many, many more, and one of them sitting, you know, Gabe, he's sitting right down here I think you've met him before. Right on the front row is an individual, Charlie Clancy, that has faith in us and has supported us from day one, from everything that we've done in this community. And I just want you to put your hands together for a wonderful person in our community, our doctor right here, Ron Weeks. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. I tell you what, Ron and so many others. But right now, I think it's time for music. So keep that clapping going for Alias Charlie Smith and Clancy Prigmore.
Well, we had this COVID-19, Chinese plague, whatever you choose to call it, unleashed on us to change the world. And, you know, a lot of us are getting older anyway and checking out here and going on to a better life in a much better place. But we lost a lot of long time, I guess you could almost call them idols for me, people that I looked up to as far as songwriters and entertainers and that sort of thing. And John Prine being one in particular. Always liked him. I liked his wit, and I liked his control of the language and able to say things and see things from a different perspective. So this is kind of in tribute to John Prine and to a better time. This is called Good Times Back Then. Can of worms and a cane pole, hot summer day. laying pennies on the train track, shooting marbles in the shade, cranking ice cream with the kinfolks, selling 3-cent lemonade. Never missed what we didn't have. We had it made. Test patterns playing on the TV set. Cell phones weren't invented yet. Gossip spread on the party line. Rumors heard through the old grapevine. Never lie, thou shalt not steal. Never go back on a handshake deal. A promise made is a promise kept. A penny saved is a penny earned. Lightning bugs in a mason jar, making wishes on a falling star. Cheap shoes squeaking on a hardwood floor. Still hear the screaming of that old screen door. Homemade biscuits and bacon cooking, stealing a bite when mama ain't looking. Life was good back then. .369, the goose drank wine. Monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line. Red Rover, come on over. Killing time looking for a 4-leaf clover. Gone with the wind, Mars attacks. Big tail fins on a new Cadillac. You step on a crack and you break your mama's back. Hank and Merle on the radio. Patsy Cline and Bill Monroe. Shoes squeaking on a hardwood floor. Still hear the slamming of an old screen door. Telling ghost stories with all our friends. Heard them already, but we'll hear them again. Life was good back then. Simple times were good way back then. Thank y'all, appreciate it. Kind of goes back party line. I think probably most of us here know what a party line is. Kids now, though, they don't even know what a payphone is. Never saw one.
They don't even know how to dial a rotary.
Never knew to carry a dime in each shoe on your penny loafer so you could call home. You know, but we did. All righty. NG, Frank. Well, like a lot of kids, when I was coming up as a teenager, I blew in here during the middle 70s, and my dad, he didn't know anything. Man had an 8th grade education, and I didn't see how he could find his way, but as I've gotten older, that man was a genius. It's amazing how that works out, but you know, we fought a lot about a lot of things. This is kind of about that. It's called My Old Man and Me. He was rough around the edges, fist as hard as iron. Quit school in the 8th grade, but who'd have thought it? He always played the angles, looking for an edge, and if he ran across a deal, he bought it. Born in 33, there were 10 of them. Not the oldest of the kids, he was the smallest, but a man among men, and they all respected him. His word was always good, he stood the tallest. He had a temper hot as fire. He never faltered, never lied. And when we fought, it would shake the family tree. I tried hard, could never please him. No good deed done would appease him. We were quite a pair, my old man and me. quite a pair, my old man and me. Sometimes his harsh words left me reeling. He never showed his true feelings. If he was ever proud, he never said it. His resolve was never shaken. His advice was to be taken. And if weakness tried to show, he never let it. I'll always carry my daddy's name, and they said we were just the same. He died in 92, just shy of 59. The words that were never said, now forever in my head, that's where we left it, my old man and me. Quite a pair, my old man and me. Quite a pair, my old man and me. That's one of those true ones, y'all.
Well, let me tell you what. Being my producer's on stage right now, we're gonna do another. You'd like to hear another one, right? Just like three in a row.
Oh,
Charlie and Clancy.
We got a three for all right. Well, let's see what we can come up here with. We'll stay in G. I don't know how many of y'all ever did this. I did. Jump on a train out here on the west side of town in the yard and ride through town like you're a hobo and then jump off on the east side of town. Knew some guys a little younger than me that tried this one day, and the particular train they got on didn't slow down. And they wound up in Sulphur Springs going nowhere. They don't know where they're going, and they got scared and finally got off the train the hard way.
I bet my daddy was the conductor.
It could have been. But the story's pretty much the same. Whoever does it, it's a dumb thing to do. You know, kids get legs cut off doing it and all kinds of things. But these particular guys, we had a lot of fun with them. And I added alcohol to it to embellish the story. They actually weren't drinking that day. They were high school kids. It's called The Ultimate Train Song. If I can remember it, I just went blank. Y'all ever do that? Well, we'll get back to that now about that. Well, while we're in that key, we'll do another one, though. This is about a guy leaving Dallas and going to hill country. I cranked up my old flathead Ford and dropped her down in gear. Said adios to the Dallas lights, can't recall the year. Pulled out on the big highway, both hands on the wheel. Headed south to a better life in those Texas hills. Heading down a rusty road, bound for nowhere. A clapboard shack on a rural route, place that I call home. No HBO, no VCR, no swimming pool, no phone. The crickets sing their lullabies as dusk falls on the plains. Coyotes howl their lonesome song, I can hear a distant train. I ain't been to town in a month of Sundays. You can have your rat race city life, Corvettes and internet. But when it comes to this old boy, there's one thing you can bet. If you ever need to find me, look somewhere close to nowhere. That's where I'll be, somewhere close to nowhere. On a hardwood floor, keep time with every tune. The rusty string sings serenades to the stars and moon. Pretty girls and cowboys, oh how they promenade. Rivers flow so peacefully to beneath the live oak shade. Everything is cool. Life is good. You can have your rat race city life, Corvettes and internet. But when it comes to this old boy, there's one thing you can bet. If you ever need to find me, look somewhere close to nowhere. That's where I'll be. Somewhere close to nowhere. Life is good. In nowhere, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I am very...
Somewhere close to nowhere.
Yeah, I am very clear with about nowhere, Texas. I own a little lot on Caddo Lake. You know, Caddo Lake is the only natural lake in the state of Texas. And
I'm uncertain of that.
Huh? You're uncertain of that. Well, that's on the other side of the lake is uncertain Texas. But, yeah, the guy that lives above the hill on the lot above our lot has been trying to buy it for years and years and years. And I don't know, it's probably been about 10 years ago. He offered me, he said, Friendly, I'll tell you what, I got some money. I can make you a bargain on that lot. And I says, well, Arthur, I can't take it. And he goes, why? And I said, because they're not making dirt anymore, so I'm just going to keep it. So, and it is on a natural lake. So we got to go to commercial break. Thank you all so much for being here today, and thank that streaming audience. And please, all of you, I know a lot of you do, shop local. We're coming back to Friendly Live here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas with Charlie and Clancy right here. Y'all come back with us.
When you've got a real emergency on your hands, you need a full-service ER team on your side. And only Hunt Regional Healthcare offers complete care for emergencies. We've got emergency medicine certified physicians, trauma certified nurses, specialty surgeons, respiratory therapists, and an on-site full-service lab and imaging to help you get back to living your best life. Hunt Regional Medical Center, the right choice for complete care.
Carol Hoops and Trey Warren at C&R Floors invite you to their new location for the same quality products, service, and installation they have provided for over 20 years. C&R Floors, 2706 Highway 69 South in Greenville.
Are you tired of those big chain tire dealers giving you the runaround? Are you not getting the customer service you deserve? If not, call me and I will wrench the competition. Come see us at Discount Wheel and Tire at 4609 Wesley in Greenville. Discount Wheel and Tire, and we will get you all that you deserve.
And we are live from the stage of the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. It is Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday. Platinum Chevrolet and Henley Auto Supply. Folks, I want to say a big thank you to some people here at this theater today. Number one, Sue, thank you. Thank you. And how about a big hand for the staff? What a staff that there is. Huh? Oh, yes. And Barbara Haran, thank you so very much for bringing your house to our city, and that's what we have. We're in her house from about 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 every Wednesday. And up there in that sound booth, I want to say a big thank you to a man that makes it sound real good, and that is one Mr. Mike Rowan. Thank you so much, Mike. On that right, Troy, thank you. And back here with our stage manager, Mr. Bill Salmon. Thank you, Bill and Ray and all of you, Jerry here. Thank you so much for making our stay here at the Texan Theater one that is so accommodating. We love you, and we love being here for you. So with that said, I think it's time to play some music with our guest today. Are you ready? Yes, put your hands together for, Charlie and Clancy.
Thank y'all, appreciate it. This old guitar that I've got in my lap, it'll have a birthday the 4th of July. It'll be 40 years old. And I've owned it for 39 of those years, and it was my main guitar for 30 years. I didn't have another one. And it doesn't get out of the house a lot these days, but I've been playing a lot at home, and I thought, coming up here, I think I'm gonna play that one this time and leave the other one at home. It's a 1997, so it's not a lot younger, but it's some younger. But I was looking around through some of my stuff that I wrote, and this old tune I've never played out in public. Wrote it in 2012, and it's really kind of not in my usual. It's called Words I Never Said. Sometimes a man just can't show his true feelings. All those letters never written, those sweet words never said. But darling, if you ever had doubts, ever thought about leaving, I meant everything, every word that I never said. When you walk into a room, shining like a brand new penny, and every eye there is on you, every man drops his guard just to stare. My heart swells with pride just to know that you're mine and you're with me. Makes me feel like a king on a mountain so high in the air. I want to tell you this moment that the words just won't come, so I'm silent. So richly blessed, without a dime, I'm a millionaire. Undeserving of such treasure, a diamond so priceless and perfect. And once again, I meant every word that I never said. So please believe me if somehow I can't tell you how much I love you. If words fail me again, hold this song in your heart, in your head. If I stumble and stutter and somehow words seem to escape me, I meant everything, every word that I never said. Darling, rest assured, I meant every word that I never said. Thank you. I said normally not my thing, and I mean that. I don't write a lot of those kind of songs. Most of mine are dark or they're crazy. Let's go down here and drop D, Frank. We'll do a little hard times for the folks. I live out south of town, and you know, you look around old maps all over Texas or anywhere you go, there's little communities that never were towns, but they were there because there's a gin there or the railroad went through there for whatever reason. And out where I live, there was a community called Neola, and Neola was there because there was a cotton gin there. We used to have 6 or 8 of them that were operating gins in Hunt County back in the boom days when this was actually the largest inland cotton port in the world. That's an interesting fact. But anyway, I was thinking about Neola and how hard it must have been turn of the century, growing a crop and what have you. This almost became Neola Blues, but instead it became Hard Times. Sun beating down and the well's gone dry. Holes in my shoes, the weeds are high. Skeeters are buzzing in the hot summer air. The hound dog bark moon croaking in the full moonlight. Screen doors broke, but I don't care. Stuck here in this rut and it just ain't fair. Hard time. Gonna make it out sometime. Sometimes we're just victims of our circumstance. Grandma told me there'd be times like these. Baby's crying, my dog's got fleas. Woman took the money from the cookie jar. Black gumbo mud sticking on her shoes. Poor white trash we were born to lose. They headed out the door, but you won't get far. Even in our time, coming on down the line. Sometimes this life we live is just a bitter pill. Hard time, gonna make it out sometime. Gotta be something better over that next hill. One of these days we'll be free of all this. Leave it all behind without a goodbye kiss. Get out of this rut and shake this load. But now I face the facts, I'm stuck right here. Can't change nothing about a hard luck deal. I'm gonna pack my glad rags, gonna head on up the road. Leaving these hard times, gonna leave them all far behind. Keep my head up and my head steady on the wheel. Hard time, gonna make it out this time. Gotta keep it all together and keep it real. Dead ends and misery, a poor man's lot. Keep them all up, 'cause my hopes are all I got. Always a dream for a better day. Always a dream for a better day.
Woo! Yeah.
Hard times.
Yeah, thank you. Alias Charlie Smith and Clancy Frank Prigmore right here at the Texan Theater. You know what, folks? We have folks that come here all the time. We have folks that come here sometime. And so I was sitting here, and I know you folks come a lot, and you are?
I'm Bill Sarles.
Brenda.
Bill and Brenda, I've met them several times here. You come a lot. Yeah. They come a lot because they enjoy the free music they enjoy, and lunch. And the tea. Hey, the tea is free. You know what? We're so glad that you're here today. And sitting in the audience today, folks, is a young lady that I'm going to introduce her, but I'm going to tell you a little bit later on Friendlee friendlyradio.com. Today, you're going to find out who this lady is. I'm just going to have her introduce herself. She's got a mouth full of food, and I knew she did when I did it. So you know what? Because that's what we're about here. It's that instantaneous, spontaneous improv that our stage manager says. And she didn't have any idea I was going to do this. But finally, I get to meet her and face-to-face, eye-to-eye. I've seen her in a distance. And what is your name?
Margie Stinson.
Margie Stinson. All right, folks. Now remember that name, Margie Stinson. Yeah, seriously, because you're going to hear about it today on friendlyradio.com, and you're going to hear about it a lot. But right now, we've got to go to commercial break so that we can come back and listen to these two guys right here, Alias Charlie Smith and Clancy Frank Prigmore, right here at the Texan Theater for Friendly Live. Yeah.
Company coming? Make sure they stay with us. At Best Western Plus, we'll treat them right. Like hot complimentary breakfast, spacious rooms, a glorious pool, fitness and business center, and best of all, a friendly staff. Our large, flexible meeting rooms are great for business and social get-togethers. Best Western Plus, just off of Interstate 30 near Cracker Barrel. Staying with us is always a plus. Best Western Plus in Greenville. Tell you about that next week, because right now we're at the Texan Theater live for Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply. Randy Kuhn, thank you so very much. And folks, all the other supporters, Long Branch Dental right here at the table right here, you might say. And Mary, thank you for coming. One of the original porch people. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, sure is.
All right. Let's do this. How about some music? Really? Are you ready? Do it. Charlie, Clancy.
Well, we were going to do that train song a minute ago, and me being an old guy, it took a minute for things to catch up, but they finally did. And the story about this thing, how it came about, I went over to play at Love and Warren, Texas, as a songwriter's night over, first time I'd ever been there. And the train tracks go behind the stage if you play at Love and Warren there in Plano. But their sound system's so good, you don't even know what's going on if the train goes by while you're up there playing. And it happened to happen to me, and I got through playing, and I told Brett Dillon, radio personality from over there that kind of hosts that, I said, man, I appreciate you letting me get up and play. And he said, you need to come back and do the Songwriter Challenge. And I said, how's that work? And he said, well, I'll email you with a topic, and said, if you feel like doing a song about it, come back next week, do a couple of your originals, and then do the challenge song. So the next day, the email lights up, and the topic is the ultimate train song. And my wife says, you gonna do it? I said, yeah, I got this. It was a hot summer Saturday afternoon, drinking beer about 2:30, when my amigo threw down that old triple dog dare. So what the heck was I supposed to do? Cut off jeans and a tank top, not your hobo attire. But for lack of common sense and better judgment, we climbed on a steel rail flyer. When we hit the last switch in Old G-Town, that old train started picking up speed. Not the best plan of my best laid plans, on that we can all agree. Riding the rail with old boxcar Willie, you'll set a city boy free. But when your train won't stop, there's only one way off. We jumped just east of Sulphur Springs. Then I blew out a flip-flop. It'll happen when your train won't stop. Walking across ties, digging out gravel from skinned-up knees. Should have stayed in that boxcar, but the train ride had gone too far. Riding the rails sure ain't the life for me. It's hotter than hell, I'm dry as a bone. My dogs are barking, it's a long way home, and a triple dog dare should be a capital crime. Disaster strikes every time we start drinking. You bright ideas, what was I thinking? If I ever get home, see if I listen to you next time. 'Cause I blew out a flip-flop, kept waiting for a whistle stop. Rocket science and the rails don't mix, it's plain to see. Should have stayed in that boxcar, but the train ride had gone too far. Riding the rails sure ain't the life for me. In this hobo life, it sure ain't the life for me. True story, y'all. It's probably happened more than people would like to admit. What's that? Well, that particular one, really, there wasn't a lot of contest to it. You either did it or you didn't, but I had a good time. I met a lot of people that I'm still friends with now that I would have never met if I hadn't gone over and played, and that's happened numerous times. I can't tell you. I've played places that I never dreamed that I'd play over the years, and met some really interesting people, and some that have become really great friends for a long time.
I accompanied a bunch of those people over here.
Frank has. He's played with just probably half of them at least. That's kind of what he does. I'm always glad when I can get him to play with me. I think he adds a depth that I wouldn't have otherwise. And Frank gets it. It's accompaniment instrument. Not all songs are harmonica songs. He understands that. I'm gonna slow it down just a minute. Hadn't planned on doing this one, but I think I will. Got any? We got I'm guessing probably a bunch of people here that's been married a long time. Me and my wife coming up on 45 years. Somebody top that. I know you can. Yeah. And the hands go up. What I call long haulers. Dug in, lived through the rough stuff, and stuck it out. It's always good when people do. Anyway, Merle Haggard's one of my big influences, and I was feeling kind of what I call Haggard-esque one day and wanted to write a tune kind of like a Merle song, the difference being this one's longer. He's pretty much a short song guy. Say more with less than anybody I ever saw. It's called 40 Years. Daylight breaks through post oak shade. That old rooster sings his song. Coffee's almost ready. It won't be too long. A fleeting glance in the mirror at an old familiar face. Where a young man stood not long ago, now no one takes his place. Seems like only yesterday we were just starting out. Never knew what lay before us, but youth, it has no doubt. Now brown locks are just memories, and silver takes their place. And we might have lost a step or two, but we still run the race. 40 years, my how the time has passed. Like a freight train roaring through the night, never thought that it could last. You and I, we reached the summit, and we stand on mountain high. And it seemed like only yesterday, but it's been 40 years. A simple life is what we've lived well with no regrets. Good times, few disappointments, but we've yet to see the best. Each day a gift from God above, our future lies ahead. This heart beats strong as yesterday, deep inside my chest. You and I, we've reached the summit, and we stand on mountain high. Time may be short, so much to do before our time to die. You remember yesterday, sit and cry their bitter tears. And it seems like only yesterday, but it's been 40 years. Seems like only yesterday, but it's been 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you kind of hicked up on that one. Been a little while since I did it.
Well, I tell you what, we all enjoyed it. I tell you, right here, you know, February the 11th, here at the Texan Theater, I think that's on a Friday night, it's going to be the Glenn Miller Band. So you need to check into that because that's going to be an awesome time. And then on the 15th, there's a dinner party with Jordan Walker right here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. We're going to come back with Charlie and Clancy. We're going to commercial break. I got to tell you, next week's artist, I don't know if you may have not have met him, but he's Texas recording artist Dusty Motes is coming all the way from San Antonio, Texas, to be here with us. And there's another part about Dustin that you'll hear about today on friendlyradio.com. That's 3 to 5. You can come alive. But right now, we're going to commercial break and then come back with our artists, Charlie and Clancy, at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy with Long Branch Dental Center. Lumineers are porcelain glass shells that fit over the top of your teeth and give them a dynamite look. You can change the shape, the size, and the color. So call today to ask about Lumineers. Long Branch Dental Center, making North Texas more beautiful, one smile at a time.
And yes, we are live here at the Texan Theater in downtown Greenville, Texas for Friendly Live, brought to you each and every Wednesday by Platinum Chevrolet Cadillac in downtown Terrell, Texas, and Henley Auto Supply here in Greenville. Thank you so much for being here today, for supporting artists like these, and thank you, that streaming audience. We love you. Doc Weeks, thank you so much for taking time to come out. But would you put your hands together for two good friends of ours here in this community, entertainers, businessmen, Christian men. They're just wonderful. You got it right here. All those adjectives point to Alias Charlie Smith, Clancy Frank Prigmore. Thank y'all so much. Remember, keep it in your boot.
Shout out to Barbara for putting this wonderful venue together. This is top shelf to get to play here. Compared to some joints I've played in, I promise you it is. And also to all of you for coming out and braving the weather to be a live audience. It's great to play for live people. I was talking about the ones that have passed away, and Jerry Jeff Walker. I mean, you say Texas, you say Jerry Jeff Walker, even though he was from New York. And this is kind of a tribute to Jerry Jeff that I came up with. Driving down that old dusty road, not a whole lot on my mind. Do my best thinking behind the wheel. Nothing's what I'm thinking, it's the thought that frees my mind. Never gave a damn and never will. Free and easy is just a way of life you will ever know. Riding high and living without a care. Living well and moving slow. Troubles left beside the road. I close my eyes and this old Ford, she takes me there. Country roads and pickup trucks, roll the dice and make your own luck. Every day is a gamble, I wouldn't have it any other way. Shoot the moon, then call her bluff. Half a hand is half enough. Playing liar's poker without a dollar left to play. Worn-out boots and ragged jeans, just a man of meager means, satisfied and richer than any millionaire. What you see is just an open book. Anyone can take a look, living free and easy without an equal care. Country roads and pickup trucks, roll the dice and make your own luck. Every day's a gamble, they shouldn't have it any other way. Shoot the moon and call her bluff, half a hand ain't half enough. Playing liar's poker without a dollar left to play. And I'm just breathing free and easy, and tomorrow's just another day. Thank y'all. Well, I can't play anywhere that I don't do a Merle Haggard tune, and this will be the only cover that I do today. And this is from one of his old records, which was his best records to me. Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I raised a lot of cane back in my younger days, but Mama always prayed my crops would fail. Now I'm a hunted fugitive with just two ways: outrun the law or spend my life in jail. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm lonely, but I can't afford the luxury of having one I love to come along. She'd only hold me back and they'd catch up with me. For he who travels fastest goes alone. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. The fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. On the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home.